So is it possible to make over $100,000 in 6 months? Absolutely, because last year I made over $2 million in 12 months with not a lot of views at all on YouTube. And in this video, I want to break down how you can make $100,000 in 6 months. And also what I did last year is that I helped countless of people to make money online with this exact same process that I'm going to show you today. So maybe we can throw up some screenshots here on the screen as well of people that I've helped last year. Some of them made a lot of money, and some of them just start to make the first $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 per month. Some of them made $50,000 up to $100,000 per month. Pretty insane. And I grew my business to over $200,000 a month. We had one month where we did over $300,000, and it's just growing, right? So I'm going to break down everything for you, exactly how to do exactly this in this video. And this is for complete beginners. You don't really need to know anything at all before you dive into this video, because I'm going to take it from the beginning and I'm going to take it step by step. So the first thing I want to cover, right? If you want to be able to make money with a small YouTube channel, you can't monetize the way that most YouTubers do. Because if you rely upon AdSense or brand deals, you will need millions of subs and millions of views, and you will have to chase those views all the time, right? We don't want to do that. We want to monetize in a different way. So that's what I want to break down, right? So the first thing I want to cover is then the funnel. And if you have no idea what a funnel is basically the system that we use to take attention or viewers into customers and money, essentially, right? So it's kind of the process that we guide people through to get them from viewers into customers and money inside of our pocket, right? And people can build funnels in a bunch of different ways. The funnel I like to use, it starts like this, right? So here we have YouTube. It's basically our traffic source, right? And then what we do from our YouTube channel, and we create YouTube videos obviously, is that we bring it into a lead magnet, right? And this is something I learned from Alex Ramosi. The ultimate lead magnet is giving away something for free that people are used to pay money for, right? So for example, let's say I give you an ebook and you're like, okay, that's cool, but I don't really care about an ebook. Or I give you a free video of some kind. Maybe you really like that, but it's like, yeah, like I don't really care about that, right? Because it's free and everybody else is giving away free videos and free ebooks anyways, right? So Hormozo says the ultimate lead magnet is giving away something for free that the market is used to pay money for. So what could that be, for example? What I do is that I give away a free course. And the reason why this is an ultimate lead magnet is because if I give away a free course that other people are charging money for, now the market is like, oh, like Max is giving away a free course, and this free course is better than what other people charge for. Hopefully, that's the goal at least. But this is what I did last year, and I grew a free course, a free community to over 100,000 people, right? I can write that here. I want 100K people in here in my free course. That's pretty powerful. That's an email list. That's 100,000 people that I can email. And I got that simply because I had a free course that I was giving away, right? And also what's happening here, right? On your YouTube channel, you're building goodwill, right? You're building a lot of goodwill on your YouTube channel, right? For example, when I make this video to you right now, maybe you haven't seen me before. Most likely, you have no idea who I am. Who's this weird guy from Sweden with a weird accent? I don't like him yet, I don't trust him yet, but he's talking about some stuff that I find interesting. So I'm starting to build goodwill with you, right? Then, if you decide to check out my free course as well, right, what happened then? Well, I increased the goodwill even more, right? And then what I can do, when I build goodwill on YouTube, and I built goodwill with my free course, right? Only then do I present my paid offer, right? Right? And I'm gonna talk about kind of what the best type of paid offer is here a little bit later in the video, but this is really the goodwill. So instead of like just going directly to the paid, we use a lot of free resources first to build goodwill, to build trust, to get people start to like us and trust us and know that we have good stuff. Because if the free stuff is really good, right, that automatically people will know that the paid stuff is good as well. Instead of letting people kind of take a leap of faith and hoping that the paid stuff is going to be good, we're gonna make, no, like check out my free stuff. And they're like, oh, this is amazing. Now I know that the paid stuff is gonna be even better, right? So we use free organic YouTube traffic here, and we don't need millions of subs and millions of subscribers here, right? Because imagine if you have 1,000 people watching your video, and a lot of people think 1,000 views is little. right? But if you have good synergy between your YouTube channel and your free course and your paid course, 1,000 people is a lot of people. If you have 1,000 potential customers watching your video, right? And you convert a small portion of that, you're gonna get a lot of customers here at the end. And when was the last time you stood in a room talking to 1,000 people, right? It probably never happened. So we want to focus more so on like having synergy, good synergy between our content and our free and our paid offers. And then we don't need millions of views. I've seen people having less than 100 subscribers making 100K. I've seen people with less than 10,000 subscribers making millions per month. It's crazy. Then there's YouTubers as well there's YouTuber with like 3.6 million followers, and 2.7 out of those are on YouTube alone. And he didn't even make 6 figures last year. He made like $25,000, which is crazy. So this is really the funnel. And then also if we want to so this is free YouTube traffic, right? Then also what we can do is that we can use paid ads. And this is something called retargeting. And now we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, but this is still a cool thing, because after you've watched this video, you will most likely start seeing some of my retargeting ads as well. So here's how retargeting works, right? Every single time somebody watches you on YouTube, you can put them into, you can think about it as a bucket, right? So you can think about it as a bucket like this, right? And every single time somebody finds you on YouTube, that person basically gets stored in this bucket, right? And every single time you get YouTube views and subscribers, you get more and more people into this bucket, right? And ultimately, this bucket starts to fill up with a lot of people. So if you get 1,000 views on a video, now you'll have 1,000 people here in your bucket. That's pretty crazy, right? And so then what you can do with paid ads is that you can go to YouTube and you can say, hey YouTube, I have 10,000 people who watched my videos over the past X weeks, right? I want to show them an ad, right? And now you can show paid ads from those people, right? From your YouTube channel who come into your bucket, and then those goes into paid ads, and then you can run paid ads directly to your paid offer as well, right? So you build up your bucket over time, it becomes bigger with more and more people. And then with those people, you can tell YouTube that you want to run ads to them, and then you can run retargeting ads to the paid offer. So this is how you can have a mix between free organic traffic and paid traffic. And retargeting ads is extremely powerful. Right now, we have a 4 to 5x ROAS on our retargeting ads. And ROAS stands for return on ad spend. So if I spend $1,000 into those ads, I make $5,000 back. And some weeks there's even better than that. And the reason why warm retargeting ads work so well is because you're only showing to people that you've already given value for free on your YouTube channel. So they already know you, like you, and trust you, at least a bit, right? Instead of just showing ads to people who have no idea who you are, right? So this is just a simple overview of the funnel that we use, right? But now I'm sure you have a lot of questions like, what is even my offer? Like, what is my product? Like, how do I do this all, right? And how do I get the traffic? How do I make YouTube work? And how do I make these products work, right? So let's talk about the traffic then. I'm gonna write that here. The way I want you to think about traffic, right, is obviously we want to use YouTube. That's the best machine traffic engine that you can use. Because the thing about YouTube, right, is that you don't create traffic on YouTube. The traffic is already on YouTube. There's already billions of people on YouTube that are active on YouTube, right? So the traffic is already there. You're not creating traffic on YouTube. But what your job is to grab some of that traffic to yourself, right? And the way we do that is by posting videos. It's pretty obvious. And so then the question becomes like, how do we get views? How do we grab that attention, right? And this is the first thing that I want to cover then, is that wants over needs. So the way I want you to think about this, right? There's a lot of things that people need, but they don't really want. For example, a lot of people need to stop smoking, but they don't want to stop smoking. There's also a lot of people who need to start eating less sugar and less fast food, but they don't want to stop eating fast food. Even though they're taking a hit with their health by smoking cigarettes all the time, and they need to stop smoking it, they still want cigarettes, and they're still gonna spend their money on that thing because they want it, right? Another way that I can illustrate this, right? Imagine this is your Netflix account, right? So I can write Netflix here. And let's say I'm in the mood for watching an action movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? That's what I wanna watch. Like, it's Friday night, I wanna watch an action movie with Arnold, and I'm logging into Netflix, right? So on Netflix, I'm gonna get presented with a lot of different movies, right? And series, right? A lot of them. And then what I will do is that I will start looking through. I will be like, oh, here's the romantic movies. I don't want that. Here's like a drama. No, here's comedy. Here's scary movies. I don't know. But here are the action movies. So I'm gonna click on this one. And then once I click on this one, when I get into the action movies, then I will start to look for Arnold, right? I'm like, no, Arnold is not here, not there, not there. Oh, here's Arnold, and here's Arnold. This is Terminator 1 and Terminator 2. All right, let me just watch Terminator 2 because I like that one, right? What's happened here, right, is that me, the customer, the market, I knew what I wanted, right? What I wanted was an action movie with Arnold. So I skipped the video with Leonardo DiCaprio, skipped the drama movie. Like I didn't even spend a second of like contemplating if I would watch those other videos, right? I knew exactly what I wanted. I was looking for that very specific movie. And when I found it, I chose that one, right? So that's the most powerful thing when we do YouTube as well. People on YouTube, they're looking for stuff that they want. They're actively looking for things that they want right now. So it's a lot easier for us to just identify what is it that people want on YouTube right now. And then we give them that. Instead of trying to figure out what is it that they need right now, or what is it that I think that they need, right? This is a very common problem, not only among people who try to do YouTube videos, but also as entrepreneurs. I don't even see myself as a YouTuber. I see myself as an entrepreneur who sees the power of YouTube and I leverage YouTube, right? And the biggest mistake that most entrepreneurs do when they build a business is that they focus on needs instead of wants, right? Oh, I see those people need to stop smoking, so I'm gonna sell them this thing. Or they need to get this thing. I know that they need this thing. But then what happens is that the customers don't really want it and then they don't wanna buy it. So this is the first thing, wants versus need. It's absolutely huge when you build a business or when you wanna start a YouTube channel as well. So then the next thing, right? Now we know that the market wants what the market wants and how important it is to identify what that thing and then give them that thing, right? The second step from that then is basically the title and the thumbnail, right? We need to make sure that when we know what people want to watch, we need to make it super simple for people to understand immediately that we have that thing that they want, right? And the way we do that is by using a good title and a good thumbnail, right? So if we have the thumbnail over here, right? And then we have the title over here, right? Underneath. Somebody needs to be able to just glance your video and understand immediately what it's about. The thumbnails that I see working really well and that we're using as of time of this recording a lot more of, and that I see a lot of other people are crushing it on YouTube right now, what they use, is that they use a very simple structure for their thumbnails. They take a photo, so they have their self here, right? And then they have title here. Super simple, right? Because then it's very attention grabbing. They can see who the video is about or what person is talking in the video. And you grab their attention with a big title here, right? So when you clicked on this video, we had a format like this. And then you can also then have like more intrigue and more curiosity in the title here as well, right? How I, for example, or how to, right? Those titles are normally working really well. How I did X, Y, and Z, or how I would make X, Y, and Z. Like the title of this video is like how I'd make 100K in 6 months with a small YouTube channel, right? Or with a small channel. But also important to keep in mind here is that people need to find the video intriguing or interesting by just watching you and the title in the thumbnail, because people look for thumbnails first and then they read the titles, right? So that's very important. And this doesn't have to be that hard, right? Because when you know what they want, this process becomes a lot easier to do as well. We just show them that, hey, I know what you want and I have what you want. And then the final thing I want to mention when it comes to YouTube traffic is that we want to focus on views over subs. There are YouTubers right now with more than 1 million subs that make less than 100K per year. And then there are entrepreneurs or YouTubers with less than 10K subs that make more than 1 mil per year, right? So how is that possible? Well, they have better products, and that's what I'm gonna talk about in the next step, right? But they monetize in a lot better way, right? So it's not about subscribers. Subscribers doesn't really mean a thing. You much rather want views, right? But it's not only like one viewer doesn't equal a viewer. What I mean by that is that you can have less views, but higher quality views and make more money from it, right? So let's say I have a YouTube channel about dogs, right? How to puppy train your dog or how to leash train your dog, for example, right? And I get 5,000 views per video. That is most likely 5,000 people with a dog looking for help to like, how do I leash train my dog? How do I potty train my new puppy? How do I make my puppy stop barking in the middle of the night? How do I get my grown-up dog stop whining and whatever it is, right? So if I have 5,000 people, which is not millions of views, it's only 5,000 dog owners watching my videos, right? And then I have a product and I have synergy with that product, right? Which means that my content, my YouTube videos right here, goes into a product that have synergy, right? Something to sell that have synergy. So if people here find a dog videos and then I have something to sell that it's about dogs, then it works, right? But if I have videos about dogs and I sell a product about cats, then there wouldn't be any synergy, right? So it's about quality viewers and then having synergy between the thing that we're selling. And we do not want to rely upon only ad revenue and brand deals, right? Because this is basically what this is. This is like ad revenue and brand deals. And this is basically your own product. It's huge difference, right? So if we want to make 100K in 6 months with YouTube, we can have a small channel with a lot of views, but we need synergy between the thing that we're selling. And we don't want to rely upon ad revenue brand deals, but we want to have our own product. So let's talk about that. The product, right? Like what product is it that you should have and how do you create it, right? And I've already alluded to it, right? And when I showed you the fun kind of what the product is. But here's the thing. When you want to have your own product and want to sell something online, there are really only 4 things that you can choose from. So 4 things to sell, right? So maybe you feel like, oh, like I don't know if I want to do this product that Max is talking about, or why should I do that? Like, oh, well, like what are the other things I can do, right? But you don't have too much that you can choose from. So the first thing is that you can sell a service, right? You can create a coaching thing. You can do one-on-one coaching. Or maybe you're a marketing agency and you actually do the service delivery for them, right? You're basically selling your time, right? And what's great about this when you start out is that you can basically learn a skill, right? And then you can sell that skill, which is great because there's no startup capital required. You don't need to invest any money into anything really. Maybe you invest some into your own knowledge, right? By buying a course or whatever it is to learn that thing. But as soon as you know it, you can resell it to other people, right? So you build up your own IP, your own intellectual property, and you sell it. And it's great because you're selling your time. You don't really need any other investments. So this is great. It's also really bad to sell your time because when you're selling your time, you don't have an endless amount of time, right? So you can't scale it endlessly, right? So a lot of people start out with this, but they eventually move away from it because you can't scale it, right? The second thing you can sell is basically software. And software is great because now it's very scalable, which is amazing, right? You can sell it for anywhere from $10 per month up to hundreds of dollars per month to 10 clients or to hundreds of thousands of clients, right? And you get paid monthly as well. So it's scalable and it's also recurring income and it's also instant service delivery because you're not selling your time because you're selling something digital, right? It's amazing. The not so good thing though is that it's very hard to build a software or a SaaS solution and it costs a lot of money. You need to hire coders and developers and it's extremely expensive, right? So if we're starting out, if we want to make 100K in 6 months, this is probably not the thing we want to do. The third thing you can sell is products, right? Like physical products, like e-commerce, right? And yeah, this is scalable, it's great, right? But the downside is that you actually have physical products. So now you have to design the product, you have to create the product, you have to store it somewhere. Now you have to ship it as well. You'll have to handle refunds. Like it's a lot, and it's also very low profit margins. Your profit margins are like 20% with this. So 80% of the money that you make is like, it's not profit anyways, right? So this is not recommended in the beginning as well, if you ask me. So what does most people do then? Most people that you see that make a lot of money online, who has a YouTube channel, they sell info or courses. So why is this good then? Well, it's scalable like software, right? You're not selling your time. You can charge recurring revenue per month or per year. You don't have physical products, you still have a digital product like software, and you can learn a skill and sell your IP or your intellectual property as with a service, but in a more scalable way. I regret that I didn't go from a service to info a lot sooner. Like you can, and also a big misconception with online courses is that people think that I don't know enough to sell a course. But the thing is this, as long as you know more, a little bit more than most people out there, you can sell a course about that. And it doesn't have to be a course about how to make money. It can be, like I know a lady, she has a course about knitting and she makes over $100,000 per month from that. It's insane, right? And there's multiple people who do that, by the way. Like the knitting niche is actually a great niche. Like, so there's not like just one lady, there's multiple people making a lot of money teaching people just how to knit. Because there's a lot of people who want to learn how to knit. There's a hobby for a lot of people. And since it's something that the market wants, right? They want to invest money to get better at it and learn from somebody who's better. Not the best knitter in the world, they just want to find somebody who's better than them, right? Same thing with, let's say you know golf really well, right? You are maybe not the best golfer in the world. Maybe you're not even a pro. Maybe you're not even a single handicapper, but you've taken your green card, as we call it in Sweden. I don't know if you call it that in the US, but you've been able to get to 36 in handicap, which is like, you're still a beginner, but there's still millions of people out there in the world who want to get to 36 in handicap. And they're just looking for help from somebody who very recently got there themselves. They don't necessarily want to work with Tiger Woods. They just want to get some help from somebody who can help them to get to 36 in handicap, right? So then you can sell a course on that. Or maybe you just love dogs, right? Or you're working with dogs, or you know how to puppy train your dog, right? Maybe that's your big passion. You can have a course about that. So like there's so many different ways you can monetize your hobbies, your skill, your expertise, your passions inside an online course. You don't have to be the best in the world to do it, right? So online courses is by far the best thing, the best type of product that we can use if you want to make money online together with the YouTube channel. And then the final thing I want to just remind you of as well, right? As we talked a little bit about before, that you need to have synergy between your content and your product, right? Your online course. As we said before, right? If you have a course about dogs or you have videos about dogs, you sell a course about cats, you're not gonna have synergy, right? So you must have synergy between the two. That's super important, right? And then also what I wanna mention is that the ultimate lead magnet, as we said before, right? Which is basically giving away something for free that people are used to pay money for, right? If you can do that and then use the system that we talked about, right? Which is content, right? So which is YouTube videos, into free, into paid, right? If you can make this happen and have synergy between all of them, and eventually here, so here you can have something more low ticket, right? So you can have something low ticket here, and then from here, you can take them to something high ticket, something more expensive, right? So you can sell something here for maybe $1,000, and here you sell something for $10,000, right? So, and it all stems from YouTube. It all stems from identifying what people want, not necessarily what they need, taking them, having a conversion strategy, having a funnel, right? Building the ultimate lead magnet, giving away something for free that people used to pay money for, build trust and goodwill and credibility by doing these two, then move them to a paid thing, get them into paying customers, eventually you can upsell them to an even more high ticket thing. This is what people do. This is how I made $2 million online last year. This is exactly what I teach people to do. And I helped hundreds, if not thousands of people last year to do this as well. I have over 100,000 people in my free community, and we sold this product to like 3,500 people or something like that last year. So we sold it to a lot of people. And now, if you want to learn exactly how to do this, you already know what I'm going to say right now. You can check out my free course. And you'll find a link to my free course here in the description or in the pinned comment. It's a 10-hour course. I'm giving away exactly for free how you do YouTube and how you do the course thing. How you do these two in depth. So if you want to learn how to do that, check out my free stuff. And I want to help you to make money in my free course so that I will see in my paid course as well. So I'm incentivized to help you make money for free so that you can invest some more into the paid. So go and check out the free course. I will see you there. Let's start crushing it with YouTube and online courses and make this year an amazing year. Let's go.